What's up, guys? Jordan from Bennett's Customs. Yep, still working on that race car with very minimal days left. Yeah, the miracles need to happen. Today, just gonna get straight into it. This is gonna get primed and ready so we can put some color on it. So I need to finish off the sheet metal work. Basically, we have this area that I need to sort out, but I'm actually just going to replace this whole piece and just put a nice break in a piece of sheet metal, and that'll kind of sort that out. Then we got to finish the back bit where it kind of curves under. I just need to make two tiny little sail panels, weld those in, and then just a few holes, kind of miscellaneous little bits from the clecos where I was joining panels. I just need to fill those holes, give everything just a quick once over, and then we'll get this into the booth and get some paint on it, and then it's back onto the chassis. It's getting wired in a couple of days, and I need to make sure that everything is good for that. So we'll get a firewall down for that as well in this video, and then we'll mock this up, make sure everything fits one more time just before getting it in. So we're gonna get straight into it. No more dilly-dallying. We need to get this thing f***ing done. Alright, as you just saw, I didn't really go too much into explaining how I did it because you've seen how I've done the sheet metal on this body, but virtually just put a small break in. I almost shouldn't have done that. It would have been neat if that was just all really nice, but there is kind of a hard peak, so oh well, it'll look good once it's painted, I reckon. But yeah, you can see I got a really nice tight gap on that, which was really good. So it was really nice to weld. So now I'll just kind of sand a few areas, hammer and dolly it a little bit, maybe jump on the planishing hammer and put that on. And then I just use some silicone bronze and just kind of fit that little area. So I'll cut this off and blend it all so it'll look all as one piece. All right, so we basically got that thing done and dusted. Yeah, it's got like virtually no distortion, which is great. And just that subtle little peak in there, I think that'll kind of look pretty nice. But I'm not even gonna go any farther with trying to metal finish it because I'm just gonna end up putting a small bit of filler and get this thing into primer. So also all the little holes that you just saw me grind off, that was just using silicone bronze, and that was just where all the clecos were that were holding everything in place. So now I need to fill these holes up. These are the stock ones that would have been on the fenders themselves that would have held the trim. And then I'll fill these holes. These ones were originally the ones that held the stanchions. And I'll get those all in. I was just gonna make big panels and cut them all out, but I'm gonna use Carl's trick. So this is definitely a demonstration on something he's already shown, and I use it all the time. And basically, I had this wedge, I think it was for a leaf spring. It's got your center locating thing. All I did was drill a 3/8 hole through it, cut it with the angle grinder. I used an old extension piece and made the edge nice and sharp and square. And basically, all you do is slide this over top of the sheet metal, put that down, hit it with a hammer, and then you are left with a really nice, and then all you do is hit that with a hammer, and then you are left with these nice pieces. And then that goes in, nice flush mounted and welded in. So let's get these done.
The longer I've waited, the more that I've tried. All the years that I've wasted trying to find it.
So as you can see, it makes a really easy job of filling a hole. Like you can literally almost just fuse them. I just have the filler there just in case. Usually use a fair bit of it, but works really well. You ground these, flush, sand them, gone.
Everything's cold. I see you running, all covered in gold. There's nothing else that eases my soul. I let it all go out the window. No smoke in my eyes.
Biggest one right now is pedals. We have got to get the clutch pedal, the brake pedal, and the gas pedal, or accelerator pedal as Australians call it, sorted so that we can basically get everything fitted, welded into place, and blow this thing apart. It's literally in the midst of getting wired right now by Maddie, and yeah, everything is basically plug and play so that we are able to lay out all the wires. We know where everything is, then we can disassemble it all, and then come after paint, final assembly, everything will just plug in and play. All the holes are there, everything's tapped. We're basically, you know, good to go.
I let it all go out the window. No smoke in my eyes. I can hear the wind chime. It's always been you in the back of my mind. I let it all go out the window. No smoke.
All right, it's early. I had a few hours of sleep. Back on the pedals this morning. Last night I just could not get a good ratio. Like it was either really, really, really hard or like didn't move at all. Also, what I've noticed is there's a lot of flex in this small block Chevy transmission mount. It's just, I don't know. Basically, like when you push the pedal down, it wants to lift the entire motor, which is kind of funny. So I have a clamp on it at the moment. I'm probably going to have to change something there. But this is kind of what I've come up with. And I've done several different takes to make this work. I've heated up and bent about 6 arms, which is kind of a waste, but I know where they go, so I can get them back. So I've manipulated, heated this one up. I made this kind of dog leg arm, and then it attaches there, and then basically it's going to be like a heel clutch. So you push down, and right now I'm going to shorten this, and then I'm going to just make it kind of sit up a little bit more like that, and then I'm going to make a little foot pad with a heel cup on the bottom, and that's just going to pivot down like that. And this is actually quite easy. It's nice, it's quite comfortable. I get my heels down low, which is what I need in order to have knee space. So right now I'm just gonna trace out my boot on some aluminum similar to this, and gonna make a little cut for the back, and then we're gonna shorten this. We're gonna thread it, probably have to weld a bung to the side of this to get another thread in there, and then we'll put this piece on.
Destruction, and I'm back to a place that I left a long time ago. Just give me a sec while I smoke this cigarette. My aching body feels better still. What do you do ever think about you.
Nah, just reinventing the wheel. Doing brakes.
I didn't film much because I was in the zone and days are very limited. So to all of our incredible subscribers and support that's following us online, I'm sorry that I lacked on not presenting the nitty-gritty of this stuff, but literally have not many days left and I'm just trying to get it done. But as you can see, we have a clutch pedal and it works. We have a dash, fuel, ignition, power, generator light, which is insane. I made another cross member for that's number 3. Just finished it, just welded it in. More feet room. Unfortunately, when I built this clutch setup for this transmission, what had happened was I used a like a 350 or Turbo 400 Chevy transmission mount, and it was lifting, like the whole transmission back of the motor was lifting up. There was way too much flex. So I put some flathead motor mounts in, bent up a nice tube, mounted made my gussets so they go right around, so I have double pass on either side, so it's really nice and strong. I'll most likely add a gusset in the back here, just to keep everything from wanting to twist. But right now I'm just working on the crossover for the brake shaft. I got to get this mounted and figure out where we're gonna put a brake pedal and accelerator pedal somewhere. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. And we got a shift knob. Made that last night. And the coolest thing ever, I'm pretty excited about this one. Literally. Whoa. There's grinding swath everywhere. This gorgeous little piece here I got from a really nice gentleman named Terry. Thank you, Terry. I went and bought some motorcycle parts from him. And he had this excellent old bender. And this thing literally bends so well. That's 10 mil solid stainless. And it also bent this 16 mil hollow stainless. This is just a piece I had laying around and I just tested to see if it would bend it without kinking or damaging the inside. And as you can see, the bend is perfect. So while I was, just having a bit of a moment away from the clutch, I thought, well, I might as well make this. So first shot, got it in, it's welded, lots of heat. I got your factory nut. I spun it on the lathe and just turned the nut down and just did a pass along there. We got a nice little old brass doorknob, just kind of goes with the rest of the car. And yeah, she works. So it's good. It's got a little bit of a flex, but when you got the foot on the clutch, still changes gears nice. So that'll be good. Hopefully when I hit a bump, it doesn't pop out of gear, but we'll know that when it happens. Maybe hollow next time with a thread in there. But anyways, back to regular programming. We need to get this done. Let's get the brakes sorted right now. Good morning. All right. So as you can see, this one is mounted in. We got 2 flathead motor mounts, no flex. My plate goes all the way around, and what I've done here, it's kind of hard to see. This is the brake shaft, and this goes straight through the mount, and then I put it through the lathe, and I actually welded it on the backside to a tab to give it kind of double support so that there would be no flex. So now this will, if I pull that rod out, this will be able to pivot back and forth on there. and then I'll make kind of like a little floor, and that'll just kind of pop up. So I'll give you a better idea underneath. And then I boxed this in with a flat plate just in case. Like, I know it's a good area where to mount something if I had to. I was almost thinking of the shaft was going to be mounted along the front of that, so kind of worked out. And then I'm just working on the brakes. I've cut again and redid this. I spun the arm upside down. I've bent it. Hopefully that's still going to be enough throw. It's really nice. Like, it's super smooth where I've kind of lucked out where I got it when measuring. I cut the top arms off just because it is a little bit narrow and it's kind of under the frame. And then these are just 12 mil or maybe 16 mil solid stock that I've kind of trimmed the edge out on both sides. And then I've got the oversized pins through there, so I have drilled them out to the bigger pin. So that's going to come up to there. That's going to lock into place, so it will be pulling forward. Hopefully there's not too much deflection in this or flex. It is quite stout and it's really strong. Like, I overbent this one a little bit, like past 45 degrees, and it was like, you know, it took a fair bit of grunt to be able to pull it back. So hopefully my foot's not gonna, you know, be able to flex these just by pulling on them. So we've got all the new cams installed. They're all riveted in. All the brakes are redone. So we're ticking boxes. The shifter I lucked out. That was just a piece of stainless. I used that Bramley bender I showed you over there. Worked out perfect. Fuel pump, ignition, that's going to light up. We were going to use that for the generator light, but I got the Power Master without the light. But I really like this Joule, so it's just going to run when it's on, you know. And when it turns off, I'll know the motor's off or something. Anyways, push button had this weird little Art Deco style thing. I'm not even sure where I got it from. I've had it for years, but it just fit. So basically, get in the car, fuel pump, ignition, start. And then under here, Maddie's done a terrific job with the wiring. He came in and did it over a day. And all this wiring, this isn't the original stuff that I've had recently. This is actually out of an elevator shaft from Vancouver, BC, from many, many moons ago. I think I've had this for almost 10 years. And there's all different gauges. It's really neat. Some of it's wax, some of it's not. But yeah, you can kind of see what it looks like. Firewall's in. Obviously has a blister. I'll probably try and engine turn this as well to match both the dash and the pedal if I can. The throat on my drill press is not big enough, so if anyone has any tips on how to do that, that would be excellent. Got the regulator down here. Yeah, one glass fuse, so that's kind of everything. We got our safety switch back here, so that's good. Battery's gonna be somewhere here. We got the cables already ready for it, so I need to make a box for the battery. That's gonna sit under there. Yeah, we are ticking boxes. We're getting somewhere. So still lots to do, a ton to do, but we're getting there. So I'm taking a break from this because I ran out of oxygen for the oxyacetylene and I need to bend a few things, so I'm waiting on that. I'm going to get back on that body, the little tomb over there. I'm going to finish off those bits so Ben can do a little bit of body work on it and get that into primer today, and then hopefully paint body before Friday. So we're just going to get straight into it. I'm just going to kind of put you guys on a bit of a time lapse, and yeah, I've just kind of already made up a little paper template. I'm not even gonna do a buck. I'm just gonna try and freestyle these. So let's see what happens.
No, I'll ask you when I see you again, my friend. What do you do when you get the blues? Just pick up my guitar and too much on your plate when you need to escape. Everything will be better when I find a way. Oh.
Right, so there's one of our pieces. And after using that, this, and that bag with the hammer and shaping it, we have got this. So there's the back side of it. So it looks pretty good, comes down nice and low. And what I'll do is probably just round this off and then make everything kind of flat on the bottom. But it fits really nice all the way around, kind of comes down. Wasn't too hard, it's just like a little bit flatter through here and then really pulls in there. So, you know, without having a wire buck to kind of go off of, you're a bit blind. So you just kind of, I mean, I guess I was using this as the buck. So what I'm gonna do now is try and make the other side.
What do you do when you get pick up a guitar and too much on your plate when you need to escape? Every little thing will be better when I find a way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Find a way.
All right, so I got one side welded in, one side tacked in. And they actually do look similar, surprisingly. Thought I was gonna have one off a little bit, but that's okay. But yeah, get the idea. Basically just fitting it, tacking it, doing one full pass, and then I'll just kind of massage, grind a bit of the top weld off in the areas where I added some filler. And then we'll hammer and dolly this and then get some primer, or get some filler on it, and then try and get it into primer, or maybe a little bit of polyester in the back area, but that's okay. I don't want to try and middle finish this. I'm totally happy with it. So yeah, looks pretty cool. Give you a little shot from behind.
Day 1 of Perkolilli. Let's cook up a feed in the elevator, boys.
Josh on the workshop.
Josh on dinner.
Unreal. Couple of snags.
Unreal. Bit of Asian slaw.
Good steak.
Snaggers. Footy. Boys working on the car. Day 1. Red Dust Revival. You beauty.
I can't wait any longer. Good to go? Okay. It's got oil pressure. I'm gonna have to adjust the carburetor. It's running really rich. Yeah. This thing is terrifying. Mate, that is wild. Holy shit. It's terrifying. We need to duct tape the leaf springs down. Like it's got crazy hot. It's going like that. Yeah. But it's leaking a bit of water, but not a fair bit. How much temperature has it got? About 20, 18 to 20. She's got a few teething issues. I got a massive vacuum lead I got to try and figure out, but let's get up there. All right. That's the axle scary as f***, Yeah. Need to buy some binding tape or something. That is terrifying. She's got a few teething issues. Maybe we'll be able to deal with those up there. I need some zap straps or tie downs to tie the rear axle down. It's got so much hop. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Gorgeous little pinhole leak. It's loud and fast, and the steering is scary. It's that feels like a death trap. Good scary though? Yeah. It's pretty neat. I'm gonna have to go to Bunnings or somewhere and buy some of those little grunt straps and try and tighten the rear end down. Yeah. I've got a hole in the radiator too, so I need to get some JB Weld. Smallest little pinhole. Mate, that thing is crazy.
All right, so as you can see, we're back. I've just spent multiple hours today cleaning both the car and the bike. First off, yeah, we're totally sorry for not being able to get a little bit more content out while we're up there. Unfortunately, there was zero service. And we just got back last night. As you can see, I'm still in my grubby clothes. We had the most amazing 10 days I think anyone has experienced. It was a bucket list ticked, an experience like none other, and we're grateful to be able to show you kind of our road trip and the race itself and the 10 days that we had spent up there. So hopefully you liked kind of seeing the wrap up of the car. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get into some detail and some tutorials that I would have liked to have done with finishing off the car. But as you guys know, we were on a crazy deadline to get this finished. I think Ben and I both averaged about an hour and a half of sleep for, every night for almost 10 days. So we were grinding really hard to make sure that we were up there with the car and the bike finished running and making sure we were up there to enjoy ourselves. So that's in a whole nother video, so I won't let too much go. But yeah, thank you so much for your support, and we will make sure that we have some great content coming out and showing you what this whole project was all about. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, hit that notifications button, and we will see you very soon on another episode of The Road Trip and the Race. Thanks, guys. Bye.